Good afternoon and welcome back. Now we get serious now based on serious issues them, where they affect we all at large. And again about the East Africa issue, the conflicts that we don't arise. I put some headings that this could be a conclusion. We'll try to just summarize on the foreseeable events them. Because we're not going to kind of the media always they talk of Uganda, Rwanda, DRC, unless what things they become very important, vital. But for right now, I would just tell you, say the notation for them countries they are list, then back just ready for the upcoming World War III, or whatever name the World War III gets for be. Maybe they go and change the concepts of the name. But all them countries they get ready for World War III. An example, those starts now with Somalia. We still get Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab still there inside Somalia, Tigi one. They prepare for the upcoming war. And what would they talk of Al-Shabaab? Would they talk of Muslims? Muslims them will not encourage or tolerate anything about Christianity. They feel like say, they marginalized them, and the way some of the leaders of this group, this, Al-Qaeda group, they don't want any doctrine, or they don't believe in any concept based on democracy. Then gets a new method of implementation, with a plan for implement, and then they try for negotiate with government. Now this is very important, now this is how I make it left now on our brainstem. The Al-Shabaab them, this terrorist group inside Somalia and some other countries them, not ready for negotiate with government. What they want now for take control of government. And not forget say Somalia also they support Ethiopia for fight against the Tigrayan rebels them. And the Tigrayan rebels say they inside Ethiopia. Know that. We don't need to talk of this. So now if we get the Tigrayan rebels them where they attack Ethiopia, and we're ready also for, take over Ethiopia, because them back no one negotiate, they can just retreat, but they need to negotiate. So they want to take control of Ethiopia. Al-Qaeda them back want to take control of Somalia. Somalia and Ethiopia they work together, and then terrorist groups there, they're very determined because they get money for poor. And most of the individuals inside this Al-Qaeda, now blacks with the black Africans. Starting with, Ghana, Nigeria, Guinea, Senegal, Sierra Leone, name it. Because they're not going to tell you one thing and say you to go fight war. And again, then talk there what they talk, myself, they put me yourself at stake. But one thing then religious groups they do, they indoctrinate you first. They cultivate you. Teach you the principles, the ethics, the background of the religion. They make you a true believer. Once you become a true believer, you're ready for do anything for, for the religion. Or for your beliefs. For what thing that don't pass on to you. So in a minute or in a second, we can say no more we all value life. But anytime what man don't value a certain belief or a principle, you're ready for sacrifice in a minute. We're more closer to death than we are far apart from death. Now this man for understand. So man can think say if they afraid die or die no go kanyara. But every day you're closer to die than anything. Because something will just happen in your life and you will just make a decision instant. And that's so much a man nature day. So if we talk of, I know I even include into this topic. We a former, well, we don't say former, a musician, Fantasy Wiz, for cutting here, now based on a belief, based on something sentiment, instantly, they make a decision. When a so man can sacrifice in life, based on the cause. So we get so many black Africans there, where they fight this battle, or we're ready for fight this war, with affiliate, or they part of Al-Qaeda. Al-Shabaab also there. When I know the other terrorist groups them. You know, I mean, what's Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab. But Al-Shabaab now, like, make this more clear, Al-Shabaab always they partner with Al-Qaeda. Now a network, because now Muslim groups them. And them Muslim groups, they are need to fight against each other. They need to fight against each other. They only they fight against democracy or other one can implement Christianity. So I'll make you now understand this. And then get away how they want them countries they have to be run. Especially Somalia and Ethiopia. So now let me get small deeper. I watched something yesterday and I picked this off. Even though we don't know the conflict will be don't take place between Ethiopia and Italy, but most of you now don't even know about this. You know, after World War I, Ethiopia, you know, with the King Selassie, they get for face the Italians in battle. You know, in the 1930s, 1934s, they go to the 40s, you know, and this war then totally defeats Ethiopia. But the first war where Ethiopia be faced with Italy, before World War I, you know, the Ethiopians then conquer. So what's it make the Ethiopians not be able to fight? Lack of weapons. You know, the Swedish and the UK, then be supportive, but power team, just Red Cross. They no say Italy they conquer and destroy Ethiopia, but they not give no arms, no help, no artilleries, no weapons for counter-attack. The only thing what they do, they favor King Selassie for be moved to Europe for your own safety until everything cool down. And inside Ethiopia then they use all kind of weapons then. They go to gas people them to death. You know? So and we say no one they colonize Ethiopia. Now some of them things in this not going to consider. All them conflicts here again for this World War III. Now a way for break down some of them places there for future colonization. Because the moment where the terrorist groups they are able to infiltrate inside Ethiopia, or the Tigray rebels are able to infiltrate inside Ethiopia, another force they come for can conquer. Because now the government's not stable. So now the instability this, some of them NATO or UN, they are the look for. So we're not going to talk again much of DRC or East Africa. We're not just no cinema and they prepare for war. They prepare for war. You know, the Al-Shabaab, they prepare for war. Affiliated with Al-Qaeda, they prepare for war. You know, so Middle East then gets in you. Africa, it look like now East Africa. We'll not get anything too massive inside West Africa, but just the recruitment. Now inside West Africa, they recruit them fighters there. They can't go inside East Africa. So with the big the other East African leaders there, or presidents there, we no want to go to war. We no want war. We no want to be part of this World War III. We don't know what to the experience for so long there. Today development. We don't see how they are, you know. When the battle get tiggy, we go send troops there for go be Red Cross. We will go save lives. But we don't help for take lives. Or we don't help for fight to self for dismantle this West African place or continent. This part of this world. You know? Yeah, that's some of me the big, you know. So big up to that entire month go rest. That knowledge they been need for person and not want to make it sleep. I be the premeditator yesterday, and I think say very important for let some of you know the history small, you know, and this area a bound for a disaster take place. And World War III go be that disaster day, you know. When I stay blessed again. When I boy again Charles Muslim is the servant, aka Repeko.